Kia Stinger GT Line 2.0 TGDI Review. The Kia Stinger may be many remarkable things, a brand-building, visually jaw-dropping rear-driven grand tourer the likes of which we've never seen from any Korean car maker. If you've read that before, it's only because we've been told it before. A lot. And yet, on one level, you always knew it was going to be a rule-breaker as well. A car priced in incendiary fashion to make a mockery of the value propositions of other rear-driven executive saloons, mostly made in Germany. Welcome to that level. This is the cheapest Stinger of the bunch, the turbocharged 2.0-liter entry-level model, which undercuts a like-for-like BMW 430i Gran Coupe by almost £8,000 and even Volkswagen's like-for-like Arteon by a similarly hefty wedge. So far, Kia's been careful to ensure our early experiences of its ambitious new design hero have been delivered by the 365 bhp twin-turbo V6 model, and those preliminary tastes have been promising. But the greater affordability of this Stinger could potentially bring it to many more owners and allow it to exercise a much wider and more powerful influence on the recasting of Kia's brand image. Assuming it's of sufficiently high caliber, of course, and in entry-level, passively damped, 4-cylinder form at that. The 2.0-liter TGDI Stinger will differ in its UK market specification from the form in which US and European customers will get it as a result of an exhaust redesign necessary to package the car's catalysts alongside a right-hand drive steering column. An unavoidable increase in back pressure is the reason why, elsewhere in the world, this version of the car develops 252 bhp but in right-hand drive markets only makes 244 bhp. But that's still significantly more power than £32,000 buys in any other rear-driven executive option. And it comes packaged with the Stinger's evident good looks, let's not forget, as well as a standard specification offering that includes an 8-speed automatic gearbox, an 8.0-inch touchscreen infotainment system, head-up display, 18-in alloy wheels, leather upholstery and a proper mechanical limited-slip differential for its driven rear axle. At this price level, the Stinger's cabin quality would certainly give you less cause for complaint than it would had you spent upwards of £40,000 on the car. It's not that Kia's cabin plastics look or feel particularly cheap, more that its attempts to make this driving environment seem desirable and expensive as often as not fall flat on their face. The Stinger's upper dashboard and upper door cards are made of molded plastic that do an unconvincing impression of leather. Lower down, Kia's use of textured aluminium is more effective, but defaulting to glossy black trim around much of the center console shows a lack of imagination and gives the Stinger's cabin a slightly drab, monochrome ambience. There's little wrong with the way the car's 8.0-in infotainment system works or the audio quality of its 9-speaker stereo system, but neither is at the level you'd expect of a true premium brand contender. The car's driving position is low and enveloping, though. And, on the road, that 4-cylinder engine does a very respectable job of motivating this, the lightest of Stinger, with a crisp and vigorous kind of mid-range thrust. That engine also has an appetite for revs that you wouldn't call rapacious, but that does make it worthwhile holding on to a gear when you're in the mood. The Stinger is brisk and peppy when pulling from 3,000 to 5,000 revolutions per minute, but doesn't always feel hot hatch fast. It deserves a better transmission than the 8-speed proprietary unit with which Kia couples it, truth be told. This gearbox doesn't have a properly locked-out paddle shift manual mode and isn't quick or decisive enough about its downshifts in automatic mode.